Hi, my name's Kiri. I'm the general manager at Digicore, and today I'm going to run through on our video platform the assets section, which is really the after drivers. I think one of the other, you know, most useful parts of how things work here. The assets are effectively your camera and how you name them, what sort of duty type you attach to them, and you know any sorts of features and things that you might want to change. You can do it all here. So I'm going to pick one, which is my vehicle down here. I might want to edit that. You can see that the asset ID has been set to that, which is Black Thunder. I can't change that as my user setting in this account, but in our master portal, we can. You can name it. So let's just try naming it now and seeing what happens there. And I might associate that with the driver ID Kiri and save the details. Now, I've also kept it the duty type heavy. So remember that, because we're going to adjust something in a moment. So now the asset name and the asset ID is both Black Thunder. So you can see that there. The default driver is me. So that will always be the driver. If you don't want it and there's people jumping in and out of the vehicle, don't add a default driver there at all. Just keep it blank. So that's how that works. And then if you wanted to have a look at what is going on this particular device, you might say, okay, the default language is English Australia, no problem. You might want to change that to something. If you're in another country, you might want to change it to a different language. You can. The audio alerts. So the audio alerts is what I hear in cab when I'm driving. So this goes hand in hand with the event, but the event can still be recorded, and you can remove the audio alert in cab. So you're not notifying the driver, but you're capturing the event. So that's a decision based on what you actually want to achieve. So, for example, if I'm trying to learn a little bit more to understand if that driver is texting or they are drowsy, I'll keep the drowsy because that's a pretty important one, but I might not want to let them know about their texting, and I just might want to see those events come up. No problem. And then we can have a chat about them and say, hey, we're using a phone a fair bit. We can't have that. Forward collision warning, it might become a little bit too much. So I'll take that off, but I might like to have a beep alert, because the beep for me then says it's only one thing. It's the forward collision beep. So I'll change that in cab and then I'll save it. And you can do that with all of the audio alerts in here. There is another area in configurations where you can do that as well, but that's the simplest way. So that's that part of assets. I wanted to quickly run through the diagnostic section, because a lot of you are asking, how do I know if a camera is unplugged? How do I know if there's an SD card that's been tampered with or been removed? Well, now with this little section, which is also what we see in our master portal, you can. So here's the device diagnostic events. I can see that 4 are currently in our platform are offline. That's because we're testing and doing things, but we've provisioned them on this account. And those 4 appear down here. So I don't need to guess what they are. I can see them. If there's been a power cut alert, same thing. I can see those straight away. Or if the SD card is unavailable, there's my culprit right there. So that's that part of it, and I think that's really useful. You can also see the cameras that have been online, and mounting is really if there's something covering the camera or if it's fallen off or that type of thing. That pretty much covers the assets side of this today's session. Thank you very much for watching, and do feel free to get in touch with our support team if you have any further questions. Thank you.